Hello again, everyone. Today I found a piece of cardstock. It was this piece, and it's different from any other that I could find. I don't know where it came from. So I thought I'll see if I can make a card just using this one piece of cardstock. So I cut a 5-inch square card base. This is the piece that was left over from that, and this is the scrap that came from down the side. And as you can see, I've already cut out some Santa hats. Now, this was one of last year's, I think it's last year's, Advent Calendar from Gummiapan. But I thought today I wouldn't use all of them. I just want to use one, and I haven't decided yet which one I want to use, because I also found this, and I don't think I've ever used this before, a little Gummiapan Snowman stamp. And he's got a little bird on his arm. So I thought I would stamp that, colour him in, cut him out, I thought, and find a hat to fit him, because I kind of went like this. And I think there are, you know, a few there that might be okay. So that's that. And the design for this, I thought what I would do is have like a pennant coming down like this, and he can sit on it, and I would put warm wishes on the top, I think. Well, I get these grand ideas, and often they just, you know, evolve into something quite different. How I thought I would do this is to cut the first one. These are pierced pennants from My Favourite Things, very, very old. So I would cut with that one and then use this one to emboss a border just inside it. So I think I'll do that first and just see kind of how we go on. How deep do I want it? Down to about, I'm thinking it's going to be sort of there. If I can't fit all of that sentiment on, I might have to put it onto a, you know, not on the actual pennant, but on another little piece of card, like a banner or something. I don't know. We'll see. So about that long. So about to there. So if I cut one out to there, still have plenty of stuff left if I find I want to do something a little bit different. Okay, so I'll cut the first one out. Let's just do that. This is a very strange colour and a very strange texture. It's kind of a flat card, but I don't really... Oh, look. That was clever, Christine. Look, what didn't I do? I didn't tape it down. Let's go from the other end, and this time I will tape it down. I was chatting away, wasn't watching what I was doing, and it went off, but I'll use that to stamp this on to cut it out. Oh my goodness. Let me put a piece of tape on this one. Here's a piece of tape. Just tape it down, for goodness sake. Fancy doing that. It was so silly. Right. Having said I've only got one piece of card, I'm not looking after it very well. Okay. Right. So there's my pennant cut. There it is. You can see the piercings down the edge. And now I would use the smaller one and emboss it just inside like this. And this one will obviously need taping, because I don't want this to move in the slightest. So I need my rubber mat. Here it is. There is my pennant. Just make sure it's equal distance away from all the edges. and a little bit of tape. There we go. And I use my embossing mat for this. This is a Spellbinders Platinum 6. Okay, take a look at this. Take this off carefully. There we go. And there we have a nice kind of embossed border. Makes it a bit more fancy, doesn't it? So that I fancy have going on there. The snowman, I'd like him to kind of go on there. Let's stamp him and see how we go. I'll use this little bit. Oh, what a palaver. Here's my block. This has got no adhesive, no cling layer on it. So to make it adhere to the block, I'm just putting a little glue stick on, which wipes off really easily afterwards. Okay, there's my little snowman. I'm going to stamp him in VersaFine, and then I will emboss it with clear embossing paste. I'm not quite sure how this, I did do just a little line there. I was wondering whether this card bled, or whether, you know, whether it would blend colours or what, I don't know. So I'm going to do some clear embossing. So there is my embossing powder ready. Let's just do this. Okay. I will just wipe that bit off the edge. Not that it matters greatly, because I'm going to be cutting him out, but just for, you know, protocol's sake, I'll wipe it off. Okay. Lovely. I think he's got plenty on. Right, let's put this away, and I'll just heat set this powder. He looks lovely. I've got out my Nuvo markers here, so let's just see. I've got to colour this as well, mustn't forget that. I don't know which one we will fancy on him. That's a bit big. That's quite a nice one. Looks a bit of a top knot. That's quite nice too. That's a bit small. So I think it's either that one or that one. Maybe that one. I can almost see a smiling face on the hat there. Right, I'll do that in a minute. Let's just start off by doing a little shading. So around here, this is the one I'm cutting out, isn't it? I got a bit worried then for a moment. Just a little shading with this grey, pale grey, and I'm going to feather out the edge. It's called feather grey actually, but I'm just going to feather out the edge of the colouring with a blending pen. I think that'll do. Okay, here's the blender. Just to make it look a bit more rounded. Okay. Oh, that's a bit more juicy, that end. The other way felt a bit dry. Okay. So there's his body. Let's do his nose. His nose is going to be orange. There we go. Oh, missed a tiny bit. There we go. And I think his scarf and his hat can be... Let's do the bird. I'm going to do him. Oh, I think actually I'll do the birds. I'll do that in a minute. Make a little bit of brownish. And a little bit of red. Oops, come out. Couldn't open it. And a bit of orange for the beak. Whoops, you dropped it. With a bit of orange. Just going to okay. The red looks a little bit straight. Okay. That'll do for that. Now, deep brown for the twigs. There we go. If you do heat embossing of the lines, it just raises them just a little, because I wasn't sure what the colouring capacity of this particular card was, and I didn't want it to bleed and things, and I just thought it might help and all the rest of it. So let's just put a little bit of the deeper red down. Just a tad there. I'll do the hat in a moment. Fill in the rest. Blending over both shades. And down the side here. I don't know when I got this stamp. I've got absolutely no idea. Got my grandson here at the moment, and he's over the summer, he's grown like a weed. He's taller than me now. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I think his mother's putting fertiliser in his shoes or something. I don't know. He's just vast. 13, and his voice is getting deep. Goodness me. Put a bit of grey with that as well. Okay. There we are. Now, is he finished? Maybe. Let's have a go at the hat. Which hat did we say? I think it was the next to the end. I think it was that one. Okay, let me just have a bit of something to... Let's rest on here. So we need 2 shades of red. Have the darker one just near the bottom and up the side, and where the creases are. It's easier to colour it while it's in its row, because I've got something to hold on to. If I cut it out first, I'd be colouring with fingers most of the time, I expect. Anyway, Phil is going to take my grandson Sebi to the cinema this afternoon, so the two of them are having a boys' afternoon out, which will be lovely. Try and blend this in a bit. It's not a bad card. I don't know what I have to say, I don't know what the card is. Sometimes you get the odd sheet of card that comes with them, you know, a sample of things or a kit or whatever, and they get sort of mixed in with all the rest, and you don't know quite what's what or where it's come from. At least I don't. Right, these things are so easy to cut off because they're just, you just kind of continue the little cut that's already there, really. Lovely. I'm just wondering whether to put a little bit of grey on the left, because I've got the light is kind of coming from the right. I always tend to do that. Just a little bit of shading on there. It's surprising what just that little tiny touch does. Okay, next thing, let's cut him out. I'll just cut this down a bit first. Okay, here we go. Let's get rid of the bits. I think I'll just do a little bit of shaping on this. And the hat. He's quite cute, isn't he? We'll look and see what we're doing. Here's my, I think I wanted a bit shorter than that actually, but that's fine. May depend on where the sentiment will go. Let's just have a look at this sentiment a moment. Warm wishes, I fancied. This is Studio Light. Is that going to fit on there? And it's not really, is it? I think we might have to do... I think I'll stick him on first, and then I can think about that in a moment. I put a bit of foam tape down the middle of him just to keep that raised. Then I can put glue at the edges to keep that down. Okay, that's going to go like that. That just goes into the embossing bit. What have I got? Let me look for a label. This is just a smaller one of the pennants. So have I still got space for this? Oh my goodness me. Oh, there's a bit there too. Let's stamp this and see how we go. Another block. Warm wishes, and I will emboss this as well so it looks the same. I've got things handy. Okay, let's have a go at this. Oh, it hasn't been used before. Let me just stamp it off on something else. Just scrap. Doesn't want to, does it? It's a light bit in the middle. I'm going to have to use my mat, sponge mat, rubber mat, mouse mat, whatever you care to call it. Right, I've got two sides. If it doesn't work the first time, I'll try. Don't know if I've stamped it off enough. We will see. Okay. Not the best. I will just do it in any case, in case I don't get one better. Now it's embossed, it actually doesn't look too bad, but what I should have done before I started, as it's a brand new stamp and has never been used before, the way I normally condition stamps is just by rubbing them on the back of my hand. I don't know what it does, but it makes them look slightly more opaque, and when you come to do the inking, it seems to accept the ink a whole lot better. So let's just try again. I think I'll try this way up. Doesn't show at all, does it? Okay, right, let's try again. Okay, I want space to do that fishtail, don't I? Should be okay. It's a bit better. doesn't look too bad. I'll just see what it looks like when it's cut. Is that the one I want? This is the one I've just done, actually. No, I haven't quite got to the end there, have I? Haven't quite got to the end of the die. Let's take a look at this. If I cut that down, where's my card base? Let's have a look. I've lost the hat now. Oh no, it's there. There we go. Right. What I could do, just wondering about whether I put a line of stitching down there. And to do that, I would have to put it into here, feel the notches. Let's just see. There they go. That's better, isn't it? Okay. I think that will kind of do like that. They make that a little bit shorter. Let me put him on the bottom of the pennant. Okay, let's put some glue around him. A bit on there, a bit around here. A bit on there. Okay. There he goes. This little robin. Oh, what a sweetie. Really lovely. Now his hat, I'll put a little bit of, tiny bit of tape in the middle there, just to hold that out. No, it's the wrong place because that's got to go over his head. Needs to go a bit higher up. Needs to go up here somewhere. That might do. Okay. And some glue on round the where the fur is. And on the pom-pom. Okay. Got red all over my fingers. There he is. Oh, bless him. Now the warm wishes. Let's see how high up we want this. Let's just throw away the bits. Okay, let me just... Do I put that on foam tape? Or that on foam tape? Or neither on foam tape? I think I'll glue this down. Sometimes I need cards, and I send a Christmas message to some people, and of course I struggle because I can't find a card that's skinny enough to allow me to put a folded up sheet of A4 with the Christmas message on. So, you know, a bit difficult really. So I ought to think more about, you know, making really thin, skinny ones for the people that I put a message in with. The ones who've got email addresses, I can always send it via email, but lots of people I actually tend to include a letter. Okay. I think that's fine. Just cut the excess off. Go. Now the warm wishes. Or do I put them there? I can't decide where to put this. No, I think I will put it over there. And I'm going to put it on just a little bit of, I've got this is really skinny foam tape. Just put a little bit on this end. And then over the actual pennant thing itself, I will put some glue. This will just keep it off. That's a fabulous, look how shallow it is. It's lovely, really lovely. Right, and a little bit of glue on this one. I think we might be nearly there. Okay. There we are. There's our little card. Out of one piece of card, I didn't have much left over by the time I'd made a mess of the pennant, but I rather care for him. I think he's a sweetie. Studio light, Gummiapan, my favourite things. My numbers, I have to say, sadly, I've seen diminishing. And I am sure people are not unsubscribing, but if you could just check and see what Mr. YouTube's doing, I would be really grateful. The other thing is, thank you so much to those people who bought me coffee, who have been using the links that I put in the description below my videos to various companies like scrapbook.com, to Ohuhu, to Sizzix.com, to Craftstash UK, to Craftstash UK, US, to Amazon. I am really grateful. So thank you very, very much to all those people who've been utilising those links. Most kind. So as ever, thanks for watching, and come and see me again very soon.